right, it's a Wednesday, December 10th, 2025, Christmas time on the way. What, 14 days till Christmas Eve? Don't quote me. I think I got that math right. But if not, leave a comment. Yeah, so welcome to the Please Subscribe Show. I'm Cole Spivey, and that's Critter. He's my rearview mirror companion air freshener that likes to hang on my rearview mirror and live, laugh, and smell good. All right, he's not really alive. Oh no, is he? No, he's not. He's just an air freshener. He's made out of, I don't even know what this is, some type of material. Okay. All right, so I advertised Children of Men yesterday, the Alfonso Cuarón film that I got to watch, really liked it. Didn't get to watch one today. I had a busy day helping a friend with her sick cat, and she had to take it to the vet, which is in my screenplay, Grace, aka Werevlog, which is a Texas werewolf movie screenplay. It is on my channel if you can find it. It's a little Easter egg. I only scroll through it, a later version of the script, and I talk about it. But it's interesting because I had to go to the vet, or my friend had to go to the vet, and I had to take her cat in. And that happens in Grace. Just call it Grace. That's a Texas werewolf movie, also a fighting film, but he ends up fighting a she-wolf in it. Okay, it's really written. If you want to read it, I might can send it to you. I don't know. You'd have to leave a comment. You might can find it. You'll find like an older version of the script. There's the butterfly. But it was weird because I was thinking about that today. I did work on a chapter of the novel. I believe it's chapter 88. So 87 and 88 are on their way. Guess what? Yes, it is true. I did post chapter 86 and 87. I'm sorry, I'm working on 88, 89. I got that mixed up. I posted chapter 86 and 87. Both should be posted, I believe. I know for sure 86 is posted. You know what? I'm thinking. Hang on. Yes, I do believe I did post 87. I might have. I have to double check. But I did change a word in 87. I changed, though I think the word, I changed a word to began. He began talking to a lady rather than he was talking to a lady. That's the one where he's basically in Alaska over a frozen lake. Jed is dealing with the drones, the mini drones, and Droopy and Poopy. I think that's posted. I'll have to double check. But I know 86 is posted, and that is the chapter where Jed is driving out of Alaska and he stops off at the Alaska Moose and Grill. So that should be posted. The other ones, 87 and 88? So 86, no, it would be 88, 89. Sorry, now I got it right. 88, 89 will be posted later. 89 is mostly a monologue about one of Jed's dream where he talks to a lady named Kathy. Now that is the same Kathy that one of the protagonists, I guess there's multiple protagonists in it, Shep Dwight East talks to, or actually his common law wife. She'll leave Seattle. They share the same lady. The only thing is they don't know it. I don't think they ever know it. And Kathy goes all the way to Texas where she'll meet Shep, which Jed is actually from. You have to read it. So that's the same Kathy, if you're wanting to know. And that'll be in chapter 89. And Kathy has, Jed has a monologue about a dream. And he talks to the dream. It's more like a nightmare to Kathy. So it's the same lady. We never really meet her in the story, just like we don't meet the Lone Star Hacker. He's only talked about. We only see him right now. At least I add to it. There's like a little scene with a Lone Star Hacker, but there's no dialogue with it yet. All right. Other than that, please subscribe. I forgot to put the little subscribe thing in last night. Sorry about that. And then I'm going to add my PayPal. Hopefully I'll be able to put that in there. If not, look in the descriptions, because in the last vlog that I did put the PayPal at the top of it in the description if you want to support the channel. So I'm a writer, but I also vlog and stuff like that. I've got some background in film acting and stage acting. I've done a lot of plays and theater plays as an actor, and even went to New York and studied at the actor studio and things like that. So, but this is about storytelling and things like that. And also this is about the time where I get to pick up food and drop it off at your doorstep. So here we go. All right, I'm going to reset accumulated info. It's saying 59 degrees Fahrenheit. And the Apple weather is saying 56. A high of 65 and a low of 43. Weatherbug is saying 59. So it feels like 59. I don't know why they do that. High of 64 and low of 40. So the discrepancy is about 3 digits between the two. All right, Casa Manana, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer until December 23rd, and then January 23rd, Wizard of Oz will pick up until February 15th at Casa. Taco Bell on the way, 5:52 arrival, 5 minutes, 0.9 miles for 2 orders. All right, yeah, okay, the one thing I about began, that's actually on later chapters that haven't been posted yet. This one's pretty much the 87. It's chapter 87 is just called Drones. That's about Jed shivering, he shook off as he laid down the 16th mini drone into the ice-packed snow. That's chapter 87. Chapter 88, or I'm sorry, chapter 86 is right here, the Alaskan Bar and Grill. Okay. That's actually the Alaskan Moose. I'm about to change that. All right, changed it. The Alaskan Moose Bar and Grill. So we're gonna hit save. Or we're gonna attempt to. All right. Saved it. That's any theory, which I'll add to the book later. All right, I checked it again. It's there. The Alaskan Moose Bar and Grill. It's only on Facebook. It's changed so far. Jed has a GMC just like that one. You can kind of see it through the window, but you get the gist of it. Taco Bell on the way, 6:07, 6 minutes, 1.8 for the first of the 2. I got a song stuck in my head. It goes like this. I got a theory about that song too. It's Courtney Barnett. The song is called Deep Preston. I think it sounds kind of like a version of Coyote, Joni Mitchell's Coyote. Hey, I got green right here. Oh, sorry, they got green too, I guess. But not completely the same. But yet the error, you know, and that would make Kurt Weill what? Bob Dylan. I always see him as Neil Young, but anyway, like a version of it. But it goes, what do they advertise? Oh my gosh, they advertise? It's like a little billboard on inside your car. What in the world? Did you see that? Oh my God, this is new. Okay. There's something new going on inside the car. Yeah, they're advertising on the little billboards for your, where you exit. Like the Hewlin exit, then, something will come up and it'll advertise like a movie or, okay. It goes, and she's mostly kind of talk singing through it. It's hard. I tried playing it the other day. There is some guitar lessons on it. It's repetitive and it's difficult. It's just 2 notes almost with a slide note in there, which makes it like a 3rd note. There's several notes in it. And then the chorus is the same 2 notes, but only kind of tapped. It's lightly touched. Man, if you spare it's a $500,000, yeah. If you spare $500,000, you could rebuild it again. That part is just tapped. So it's fairly easy to play, but it's actually not. So you think, you're like, I could play that. Then pick up the guitar and go at it, buddy. Yeah, it's also, here's 2 things about Courtney Barnett, that's how you say her name, she's a genius. So is Kurt Weill. The song I like with Kurt Weill is Check. Check 1, 2, 3, and that's another difficult one, but fun. If you make one little mistake, you can tell on that song. So it's the same notes over and over, but if you make a little tiny error, and there's some fingering too, that's you can really hear it, because I tried playing it the other day and I was like, whoa. Dylan has some of those too. Bob Dylan has a few of those too. They're just a few notes, but if you miss a note or you mess it up, then it just kind of kills the whole song. So it's really cool though. She pulls it off. She did it on, I believe, NPR Tiny Desk. And just a mild little voice, you know? It's not like a crazy Janis Joplin voice, but it works. I don't know why, you know? It's amazing. It's like a hit to me. She's from, I think, what, Australia? I think she's from Australia. It's an addictive song. I've been listening to it. I'm not going to play it on this one because I'll get a copyright hit. I do this sometimes during the holidays. I'll go search for other, like, pop rock songs or something. Like, they're going through there big time. Anyway, I got stuck in my head. You ever get a song stuck in your head? Oh, this one has the bubble on it. Like that John Travolta movie, The Bubble Boy. This one has what? It's like a little snow globe. Have you ever seen that movie? John Travolta has to live in a bubble. She said the song's about house hunting. So they find a house in a city called Preston. Her and I guess her friend. And she's saving $23 a week, kind of thing. And they see a man's arrested. He's got his hand in a bag. It's almost another version of that well-known song Dylan did, Homesick, Subterranean Homesick Blues. It's kind of like it's kind of in the same mentality as Homesick Subterranean Blues a little bit, but a different, you know, it has a bigger chorus, but it kind of gets stuck in your head on purpose, probably. She needed that song to work, probably, is the reason why. She needed it to work big time. All right. Hope you enjoyed last night's show. Some exciting stuff didn't really happen. Thinking maybe that one. Second Taco Bell on the way. 6:17, 6 minutes, 2.2 for the delivery. All right, there's Courtney and 3:17:15 Riviera Bungalow doing the Preston. And here's the guitar lesson that I looked at today on it. He just kind of shows it. It's pretty cool. And I'm trying to see if I can find the NPR one. I'll find in a minute. There's a video too that's kind of cool. It's like done overseas in Europe somewhere. But that's there it is. Courtney Barnett, NPR Music, Tiny Desk Concert. She plays it on that one. It's a really good version. So she's singing about the hippies. It's kind of Dylan. It's taken from Dylan. There's versions of Dylan, but she's like a female version of Dylan. In my opinion. No offense. And a little bit of Joni Mitchell, maybe.
Touched a little time.
It's mostly Dylan, but it's crazy stuff and it's genius. Yeah, she's great. And she's addictive too. Apparently I hit a wormhole and ended up in South Africa. I don't even know how I got on this screen. But somehow I did. Imagine that. All right, got one at Cava. 6:27 arrival, 5 minutes, 1.7 miles. I hit the wormhole and ended back up in Fort Worth. There we go. I don't know, it just all of a sudden showed the globe. All right, mostly Courtney Barnett, probably played at old folks' homes. Because she's singing about the hippies. And probably got into some of their stash. In my brain I rearrange your letters of your name. Or in my brain I rearrange the letters of your... The word page is in there. In my brain I rearrange the letters on the page of your name. In my brain I rearrange the letters on the page of your name. I believe it goes. In my brain I rearrange the letters on the page to spell your name. Ding, ding. The word spell is in there. It's right next to Tricky Fish. It's Cava. I'm not going to park in this one. I met one of the guys in Irving that helped start, or at least helped the Wounded Warriors. He used to drop off stuff there at the bank when I was a banker. Pretty cool guy. I told him thank you. I think he was actually a Wounded Warrior. I'm not going to park there for that reason. Even though it had been easy. But that's a Wounded Warrior parking spot. So they must have some kind of organization or something going on here for people that have Purple Hearts and stuff. It's right there. I don't think anyone's really going to park in that one. In my brain I rearrange the letters of your name to... Oh, no, wait. In my brain I rearrange the letters on the page to spell your name. It's next to Tricky Fish. Cinnamon sugar pita chips at Cava. They're served with honey. Cava on the way, 6:48, 13 minutes, 3 miles for the delivery. So I think it goes, if you got a spare $500,000, you cannot get down and start rebuilding. It's kind of like those rich people that go out to the guitar shops, they buy like a $3,000 guitar. Or the people that are like a millionaire. I don't know, she says the word get down. If you had a spare $500,000, you could not get down and start rebuilding. Well, she's talking about housing. So it's like she says about house hunting. She probably wrote it a long time ago before she did it. That NPR tiny. About 11 years ago. She was probably about 27 when she did that. She's what, 30, maybe 38 now. Ranch View.
Thanks. This is a brand new song. I'm from Melbourne in Australia, and there's a place around the next suburb from me called Preston, and I wrote this song called Depreston.
All right, yeah. So that's where she says it's about house hunting. It's really it's kind of hard. I mean, it's not like the most difficult. It's not Jimi Hendrix, but it's still difficult because it's the chords are repetitive. So you got to practice it quite a bit before you can start singing the lyrics to it. I find that if the song changes up and goes somewhere, it could be easier to play. but when it repeats over and over again, you have to focus on that. It's a really cool song though. I can't play it, it's copyright. But I can play them talking about it and laughing and clapping, stuff like that. But when you start playing the actual melody, that's copyrighted for their protection. You can still play it, but you get what's called a copyright hit. She mentions California in it. California bungalow in a cul-de-sac. She kind of sings on top of the notes. It's a California bungalow cul-de-sac. It's singing, but it's like she's hovering on top of the notes. Kind of, if you had spent $500,000. It's kind of hard to explain. It's still singing. It's just not like, it's not really what Joni Mitchell did, but I bet she can sing those kinds of songs. It's more kind of how Bob Dylan approached songs and stuff. That's how I see it. Crazy Christmas lights. That took some time over there. I got something else over here coming up. Okay. That's kind of cool. Maybe not. If you walk down that way, well, maybe. Kind of cool. Ooh, toy soldiers. It gets crazier once Christmas. When Christmas happens, that's when they break out with all the robots and all that cool stuff. Because those cost more money to run in the early part of the season. It's when you start hearing those motors running in the front yard for the blow up the air, you know, of the expandable robots. I guess they put in the yard. They put this robotic stuff. Santa will be like kind of moving around with the reindeer, collapsible balloon things. And they run a fan in them to keep them inflated. Here, report that right there. Maybe I'll do it later. Dead end. I can't report it either. Well, I can, but I have to do it on the app only. So I have to do it like this. Grab that, go over here, move this over here, hit start, go here, report, construction. Got it. Little Caesars on our way. 7:01 arrival, 4 minutes, 1.2 miles for the pickup. Rum rum. Just making a latte in the percolator and saving $23 a week. Never made a latte greater. Big time construction work at TCU. All over the place, and the other side of Barrie too. They're probably putting up some dorms right there. Because those are all dorms right there. Pretty crazy. And then there's going to be a lot of lights. Well, I don't know how far they're going to go on the decoration. They have Christmas lights that they started to display right here. And some over this way too. There's the other construction site on Green and Barrie. TCU. Alright, that's Mountain Dew. I'm gonna tie this one to the pizza. as a memory device. There we go. All right, 7:12 arrival, 7:13, 4 minutes at 0.9 miles for the delivery of the Little Caesars. These are like, I guess, little apartments right here. All right, Wingstop on 8th Street, 7:22, 3 minutes, 1 mile for the pickup. Wingstop on the way, 7:33 arrival, 6 minutes, 2.4 miles for the delivery. This is Elizabeth Place right here. This road right here, which is Elizabeth Boulevard, has a lot of Christmas lights. There's Santa right there, little Santa house. There's some snowman and a penguin. That one's pretty nice, has an angel on it. Put an angel on it. And then this one has Christmas balls right here. We did door-to-door caroling in high school. We'd go and sing Christmas carols. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Silent night. All you gotta do when you're with a group like that is just look like you're singing. Or you just kind of, act like it. Holy night, all is calm, all is well. Baptized there at Anglican Church. I'm an Anglican priest. I got sprinkled and anointed with oil. Then later on, I'd be dunked by the Baptist. They make a bigger deal out of the Baptist too. There's more people there. It was only with my baptism there. It was just my stepdad, my mom, and a couple of priests. Bada boom, bada bang, good to go. Couple, Our Father, Heart in Heaven, whatever, I don't remember how they did it. And then I put a little oil on your forehead. You're baptized. But the Baptists, there's a big crowd around and they all cheer. They usually say, I think sometimes they do a proclamation. I think in my line was, He rose again on the third day. Something like that. The Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost, I baptized you. And on the third day He rose again. Something like that. It was Carter Cox baptized me. MacArthur Boulevard Baptist. They say certain things. Sometimes they say, I am resurrected again I'm anew again in the name of Christ, something of that nature. Wash away your sins, and then you are new again. Right before I had my 3 kids. Remember that feeling? I felt kind of new again, you know, during those times. Like I had been reborn. You can always do it again, too. You feel like your life went to crap, you can be like, well, you know, I'm going to rededicate my life and get baptized again. You can always do that. Anytime. You can be baptized as many times you want. You can go and rededicate your life to Jesus. Get rid of the things in your life that you feel don't need to be there. If it's drugs or alcohol, movies that you don't need around, it can be bad influence, maybe people that are bad influence too. You get away from them, find a church, be baptized again, start over again as many times as you need to. There's no rules on that matter. Any time of the season. St. Paul Lutheran Church and School. The good news is proclaimed to the poor. Matthew 11:5. I gotta remember that. Matthew 11:5. Matthew 11:5. Let's do a memory thing. Matthew 11:5. So, I always think of 11 as kind of over the top, you know, like, what is that movie that came out a long time ago? Spinal Tap, yeah, with Christopher Guest. He's like, well, all M's go to 11. Well, you could say that Spinal Tap did it for the poor, you know, the band. So there's the 11, right? You know, Matthew's a popular New Testament. And then Matthew, was it 11:5? I'll have to go back and see it again. But still, you know Matthew 11, that's chapter 11. It's in chapter 11. Probably the 5th verse, baby. You can look it up. So, he proclaimed to the poor. So the new gospel, the New Testament, was proclaimed for the poor. That means something because Jesus talked about the poor in spirit, and it's in the Mount, the Sermon of the Mount, I think is what they call it. Talked about the poor. That means something nowadays too. That gospel is for the poor. We are to understand it for them, and they are to understand it. It's written on their heart. Matthew 11:5. It also has 6 in there. Tells John the Baptist's disciples report the miraculous signs of witness, the blind receive their sight. Okay, so it might be 6. It serves as a proof of Jesus' divine authority. Okay. It's definitely Matthew 11. Alright, it's actually Matthew 11:6. So the poor have the gospel preached to them. And that's what that comes from. Jesus tells John the Baptist's disciples to report that the poor have the gospel preached to them. Big Shack. This has a half-pound 100% Angus with tangy cream, tomatoes, lettuce, American cheese, and some crunchy pickles and onions. Grinch is still there reading his book. He's stuck in that Christmas tree for a long time. That's a story in itself right there. The Grinch stuck in a Christmas tree for all of time. Shake Shack on its way. 8:24 arrival. 16 minutes, 13 minutes for the Angus burger. Shake Shack with the special creamy sauce, lettuce, tomatoes, onion. Don't forget the pickle. And it smells good. It's in my trunk right now. It's on its way. So what this is part of a glitch. It'll go away. See all these right here? I guess maybe that's advertisement. But it goes away after a day or two. Then it goes back to the normal stuff. It's advertising that right there. It's kind of Blade Runner in a way. Blade Runner, the future, even though everything looks really cool, there's advertisements on the billboards and stuff like that everywhere for Coca-Cola and stuff. Ridley Scott. The future, this will probably be like a ramp that the flying cars take off on. That sounds crazy. But it would only be for flying car takeoff only. And there'll still be cars that travel along the road and other cars that just basically fly over them. That's how it's gonna be. A lot of them will be run by Uber. I'll just fly along the road, so if they, you know, have an some type of aviation problem, they can just land back onto the road right beside you. You know, if there's a mechanical error, they'll just land. Just like that plane landed in the news the other day. The flying cars are on their way. Then eventually we'll be looking for the androids that dream in color. Yeah, so the older models have to be done away with because they've been replaced by a newer model. They ask them a series of questions. Now, the 2049, which is done by Dennis Nuevo, who did, that's how I say his name, I'm sorry I said it incorrect, but he did Arrival. They ask him a very complex series of questions, you know, and there's like, at the end, they would say like linked, you know, cell, you know, and there's a question, you know, do you dream in color, cell, you know, and he would, you have to see it, and you know, Ryan Gosling knows all about it, but Harrison Ford's in it. He plays a very grumpy version of his older self, detective looking for the androids that dream in color, I guess, or do they dream in color? It's based on a short story. So it's do androids dream of electric sheep is the code question. The film Blade Runner was based on 1968 novel Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick. It's one of the questions that they'd ask them, the detectives would. Originally it took place in 2019 Los Angeles, so we know it doesn't look that way now. But Harrison Ford played Rick Deckard. 2049 I have to read about. As a Blade Runner, is a tracked down bioengineered humanoids known as replicants. Terminally retire them in the form of their four replicants on Earth illegally. Interesting. I hate when they give me these drops, to be honest. It's like almost in the Arlington area, but it's right outside Fort Worth, so it's in the Fort Worth zone, in between Fort Worth and Arlington, really. construction. This area has been under construction since like the 90s. They've never figured it out. I don't know. It's just never been solidified on what they're going to do with the road around here in this area. It's just always known for construction. Is that not something? I mean, I'm not lying. It always has been. We used to do theater right down this way. It's Mansfield. This goes into Mansfield right over here. Right down that way. It's more of like a country road, but there'll always be some type of construction somewhere in the midst. It's constantly rebuilding that highway. It's massive reconstruction too, right here. Zone ahead, all the way back. Enchanted Bay is the name of the place. Down this way. Keep detouring on the highway unless you go like this. Back on the highway.
The name of Aragorn, son of Arathorn, is known in Lorien, said Haldir, and he has the favour of the lady. All then is well, but you have yet spoken only of 7. The 8th is a dwarf, said Legolas. A dwarf?
demon has fallen. Won't be up until next October. All right, Shake Shack on its way, 9:12 arrival, 7 minutes, 4.3 miles for that delivery. Huh. It was closed last night. Maybe sometimes they leave it open. This is the exact same burger and same everything from last night. But I missed it by one. It's actually the center porch one. Funny. Okay. That's the only one doing it. I wonder if the cop is on the building. He's hoping not. I don't know. We'll find out. Could make news. This was done 9:24. Yeah, no, it said I heard that 9:24. Probably. Let's see. Let's go with the radio. Wednesday, December 10th. So maybe news tomorrow. Maybe not. Cop was following them, so it could have been anything really. All right, Shake Shack 931 pickup, 1 minute, 200 feet. All right, they got a fountain soda, Diet Coke, hot dog, cheese fries, and 10 chicken bites. Shaking the Shack. All right, had some music playing. So there are their onion rings, and they have them with sweet Spanish onions. They're beer battered. Ooh, Mini Bobo, that's pomegranate, sweet basil. It's a lemonade, and the strawberry lemonade, and a mango passionade. There's the French onion burger. Tastes like a French onion soup. The shroom burger is vegetarian. And there's the hot dog and crinkle cut fries. Alright, so the Shake Shack has a shake stack, which is basically a cheeseburger with a shroom burger on it, which is like a vegetarian burger with an actual real cheeseburger. So they mix the two worlds. Then it has like lettuce, tomatoes, and some kind of shake sauce. I thought that was interesting. It's like half vegetarian, half real meat. Shake Shack on the way. 9:49 arrival. 6 minutes, 1.8 mile for the delivery. Farrington Field, they've got the Christmas trees. Optimist Club. And it looks like they're shrinking. So go pick one up now while they're hot. Oh, hey, how you doing? Howdy. Oh, over there, Christmas present. All right, picked up a Whataburger, 10:16, 5 minutes, 1.2 miles for that pickup. All right, Whataburger on the way, going to the Tarrant County Correctional Center drop area for the food table. 10:26 arrival, 6 minutes, 3.2 miles for the delivery. You know, I'm listening to some of these other musicians, like, for example, this chick's pretty cool, Julian Baker, and there's another one called Angel Olsen, and they're really good, but, you know, like, what I noticed about Courtney Barnett, she has the full melody, you know? She, you know, one of her songs, she goes like, oh, you know, she's like hitting all the parts of melody and everything, you know? I don't know, I just think it's, I mean, the other musicians are good, but like Courtney's like genius, you know? But I don't know, I'm just like listening to other stuff that NPR is sending me. I think another one, this American artist that's really good that can compete with her is, what is her name? She's the one that sings 17. She wanted to be a stand-up comedian. She's kind of older. Oh, Van something. I cannot think of her name right now. I hate when I do that. I can't think of them. Oh well. She's kind of like the Joan Jett of our generation, but like pop song instead. Oh, almost thought of it again. I know the word van is in it. Yeah, you probably can remember it. Coming up on the tallest building in Fort Worth, 567 feet, known as Barnett Plaza. Van. Source my resource. Van something. Put song right here. Oh, missed it. Got 18 instead of 17. 17 and song. Look at that. My time. Man, there's another artist that sings the same song. Oh well, I'll look it up later. She also has a song called When I Wake Up I'm Always in Trouble or something like that. Sharon, that's her name. Sharon Van Etten. I just remembered Van. That's all the whole name. Sharon Van Etten. She sings the song 17. Yeah, she's got the full, I call it the full melody. You know, they can hear the whole song. But you know what? I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too critical. I'll listen to these others. I'll listen to this chick named Julian Baker and this other one named Angel Olsen and stuff like that. I'm just listening to female pop artists right now for some reason. Cher was one that had the full melody. And of course, Joni Mitchell, who's like definitely awesome. And a bunch of others. That looks a little tight. City Hall. A standard Papa John's off West 7th, 10:40 arrival, 3 minutes, 0.9 for that pickup. Run. Papa John's on the way, 10:53, 7 minutes, 2.1 miles for the delivery. They just know I'm in the area. They just want to drive by with their lights on. I don't know. It's interesting. I just always thought about that. No, it's probably real. It's probably legit. Because these people, we know, they have to hear it and stuff. So I went ahead and switched my Courtney Barnett page from personal to all, so just in case the next song comes out. She's really cool. I like her stuff. To me, it sounds like they're like really thought out songs. You know, I forgot the genre they put her under on Wikipedia, but I don't know. I don't think it matters. Green door. That's all I know. That was a red door back there. At least they painted it. Usually when it comes to a dog like standing in the front yard, I usually try to text them or something. So I've been bit before, my neighbor's dog. So, you know, that was the case. Pretty big dog too. But he's just smelling the pizza. I guess it was his dog. I don't know if it was his dog or a friend's dog. He didn't go back inside with him. But he's right there. I don't know if it's just like a stray dog or something. I don't see a collar or a leash or anything like that. So I don't know. Gotta hide behind the bush there. This is really cool response to, she almost got the title right. It's Rib or Dog Night Out and then dash Shepherds of Alaska, but she got most of it. I really liked it. I have an idea for the next chapter. If you're interested, you can contact me on socials. So that's her information on Instagram and Discord. I don't really do Discord, but I might check out Instagram. I usually just try to give them my Facebook information so they can Facebook me. She's got a Twitter, things like that. Thanks for the response, Evelyn Hamo. It's cool how they can find out the story on Fiction Press. Silver Cole, I'd love to hear your idea. Contact me on Facebook at Cole Spivey. I have the black and white photo and profile page messenger to contact me. Or actually I think I meant to say use messenger to contact. Use messenger to contact me. Ash Cole. Cool. I would love to hear your idea for the next chapter for Rib or Dog Night Out, Shepherds of Alaska. Contact me on Facebook at Cole Spivey. I have the black and white photo, my profile page. Use Messenger to contact me. And then I'll just send it here. Thanks, Evelyn. Hamo, number 1. All right, it's the last one for tonight. Gotta head back and feed Kitty. says Melbourne right there. Melbourne. There's Kitty. Say goodnight. Good night. You're having the gravy lover fancy feast, turkey feast and gravy. I'm gonna get some of these bread cheese sticks with this power blend Southwest style and cook up some protein hamburger meat. Y'all have a good one. Go from low to high and start the cooking. One thing that you do want to use on this, if you're having, you want to use some black pepper. Black pepper in there. Kind of makes it taste a little country. And pepper it really well. And sometimes good to get a lid. Just cook it and flip it until it looks good. Beans. Yeah, they're starting to come out there a little bit. Probably gonna lower it, because last time I overcooked them. Lower it to about 4 more minutes. You kids. Alright, let's see what we got. Those look pretty good. Those look not good on that one. Here you are, kitty. This will start cooking. You don't want to flip them too early if I did that one. Probably a little bit. Those two might be okay. I pushed it all up like that because we're going to put it in the power plant. Crunch it up. Put it in the sweet pepper. And what you can do is basically put that in there. Now, a little secret here when you do this, you will take your black pepper and just add the black pepper. Really pepper it. Brings that old country taste on it. Old deep South country taste. You add some of the power blend. Eat it like that. Let me make sure we get the protein. That's 4 patties right there. And you can just press it down like that. And look for to see if it's red. Just keep cooking it up. You cook it in its own grease. And just cook it isolated. It's best just to have it isolated. Don't put like a bunch of cheese and stuff like that in it. Alright, I'm gonna try one of these and see. It's nice and hot. See how it went. Yeah, it's a little hot. It looks like a roof of the mouth burner. We're gonna let it sit for a little while. Hey, come and get it. Here we go with today's kitty. 1 kitty, 9 lives. Each life has a number. Numbers 1 through 9. Swirl the open cat food. Pick a cat food. Today's video of having Fancy Feast gravy lovers, turkey, feast, and gravy. Here we go. 1 scoop and 2. There we go. Sound, see if it's any good. That's not too bad. The brand is bread cheese sticks. Mozzarella. Pretty good. Make it golden brown like that. Really spend some time cooking. Scrape the bottom of it, get some grease off. Plate about like that. Put some paper towel down. And when this is about ready, you just basically dump it right onto the paper towel. It's getting there though. We're talking home cooking. Kind of press on it like that. So you basically just want to pour that into a colander, and that'll get some of the gravy. Alright, and then we'll put it on the paper towel. On the paper towel. With the grease, just put a little bit of water in there and just clean it right afterwards. Always want to try a little bit of it. Alright, there's my big boy bowl. And we're going to do the power blend right in there. Southwest power blend. We're going to add some of that hamburger meat into it. Alright, I added a layer of spinach on top of my bird's eye, and I'm just putting a little bit of this hamburger meat on top of it. We're kind of doing an overkill on the protein. Then I'm going to have this, which is bird's eye, Southwest bird's eye and spinach, and some of that, and you'll have a good night. Add a little bit of this Arby's into it, a little bit of Arby's sauce. There. These good to go. Good to go. I'm gonna try a bite.